I do this thing where mostly when it's close to my birthday, but actually I do it pretty much throughout the year. I look at every or almost every relationship or connection that I have with different people and just do an evaluation on how I feel about it, how we're progressing, if I think it's fruitful, if I think it's a relationship or a connection that I should continue, if it's something I need to put an end to, if it's stressful, if it's bringing joy in my life, just what is the status of my relationship with this person or that person. Sometimes we do this after something specific has happened. If your friend shows up for you in a certain way, you go, wow, I really appreciate this person. Or if you feel like someone did something foul to you, you say, man, I don't really rock with this person. This time around, I decided to sit down and prepare 10 questions and a bonus to help myself and anyone else who would come across this video evaluate the relationships and connections that we have. And these are questions that you can just ask yourself with someone in mind. These are questions you can ask and answer with a certain person, however you want to go about it. So with that, I have 10 questions to audit my relationships and connections. Elikya Ngoma. Question number 1. What is our relationship to one another? Are we family members? Are we co-workers? Are we friends? Are we partners? Are we creative collaborators? Are we in a romantic relationship? What is it? Are we acquaintances? What is our relationship or connection to one another? Question number 2. What is the health of our relationship or connection? Is it toxic? Is it kind of non-existent, stagnant? Is it good? Is it okay? It could be better, strong. How do we feel about this? Question number 3. Is there a desire to change the nature or health of our relationship or connection? If so, what would that look like conceptually and practically? Maybe you're friends and one of you guys want to take it to a romantic level. Maybe you actually want to be out of this relationship. Maybe you want the friendship to end. Maybe you don't like collaborating with this person anymore. Or maybe just whatever it is. Are we okay with what it is right now, or do we want to change it? And if so, what does that change look like in actuality? Number 4, why are we in relationship or connection with one another? Who are we to each other? And how are we to each other or one another? Am I only friends with this person because I don't really have friends? Am I in this relationship romantically with this person because I'm settling? Is this my safe space? Does this person motivate me? Do they encourage me? Do I feel like our ideas gel well? Let's get deep into it. Why are we here? What are we doing exactly? Number 5, do we show up adequately enough for one another? If not, will there be a change? This one, honestly, you can say it's you yourself asking yourself if the other person shows up for you. But again, if you guys have that kind of relationship, you guys can ask each other these questions. I feel like I'm more present in this dynamic than the other person. I feel like, honestly, I'm slacking. The other person is more present or puts in more effort than I do in this dynamic. I feel like we pretty much match each other's efforts. If there's a misalignment somewhere, how can it change? And would that actually change? Is there a want to change? Number 6, what is a character or personality trait that, if changed, would positively affect or impact our relationship? Maybe one of you guys are too impulsive, and if you were less impulsive, or one of you guys are too impatient, and if you were more patient, or one of you guys are just, like the anger management, what is something basically that is stopping our growth that if this thing were to be changed, it would be an even better or more fruitful or more healthy relationship. Granted, everybody has our personalities, everybody has our characteristics. We are who we are. Yes, we can put effort into how we show up. Yes, we can be mindful of certain things. And of course, yes, there are some things that you kind of just come with. So this is to the extent that someone is willing to change or make the effort to at least be considerate. And hey, maybe it's that. Maybe someone is just not that considerate. These next two questions take number 6 even deeper. Number 7, what would we like to see less of from one another? And number 8, what would we like to see more of from one another? Number 9, this one definitely calls for you to be asking these questions with someone else. What is something that we want or have wanted to say to one another that we've never had the chance to say to one another before now, right? Before allowing each other the space to express ourselves, whatever that thing is. What is that thing? Number 10, what are our intentions for being in relationship or connection with one another? What are we looking for, and what do we want from one another? For example, if you two are creative collaborators, do we have good intentions, or is one of us trying to be opportunistic about the way we engage with the other?
I will collaborate with you as long as it benefits me, as long as you are second chair to me, but I'll never be second chair to you.
Or
if I don't see an immediate benefit to me directly, then I'm not interested in this collaboration anymore.
Or I see your vision, I like your vision, I like the way you go about executing your vision, and I want to participate in that, I want to be of help. And other kind of, relationships and connections as well. The point is to try to cover each type of dynamic, but there's a way you can gauge how any dynamic you're in is going. And the bonus, do we deserve one another? If you are in a relationship or connection that you identified as toxic, do you deserve that? Does that person deserve you? If you're more invested in the growth of this relationship, do you deserve to be in a relationship where the other person is not as invested in you as you are in them? If you identify that you're the one that's, kind of slacking and not holding, does that person deserve that? Do we deserve one another? These questions are simple but deep enough, or deep but simple enough, however you want to look at it, where if answered with truth, with honesty, with accountability, any relationship should be able to keep flourishing and surviving and growing and developing, if that's what you want. Just because one of you, or just you yourself, identified a weak point or something that is not the most positive, or more negative, or you say, this, whatever, it doesn't mean that it has to be the end of that relationship. There can be work put in if it's necessary, if there's a want to, if there's a need to, actually, to continue that relationship. Also, these questions can help open your eyes about certain dynamics that you're in. Maybe you realize, what? This is not for me. What's the point of being in something problematic if you've identified that it's problematic? If you haven't identified it yet, that's one thing. That's why these questions exist. That's why it's an audit. But if you identify that it's problematic, then there's only one or two things you can do. If this is something you choose to do with someone, we can let go of shame, we can let go of ego, we can put those to the side and be transparent. Maybe we have to discuss. Maybe we might stay on how can this change and what would that change look like conceptually and practically. Or maybe we might stay a little longer on the one that says what personality or characteristic that if change would positively impact our, we can really look into these questions and come out with what we want to come out with. I've answered these questions about some people in my life. As I said, I've always been doing that. Very recently, I put it in this format, so it's something that I myself will continue to refer to as I continue to navigate life and, different relationships and connections and dynamics with different people. And I think it'll be beneficial to you too. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to share. Until next time. Yeah.